Futurama. General Motors Futurama at the New York World's Fair, where you meet the future face to face. It's an experience you'll never forget because the fantastic Futurama ride takes you into the future and makes you feel like you're there in outer space, beneath the sea, in unbelievable places, watching believable things happen. Many of the futuristic things you'll see are already more than just a part of the General Motors Futurama exhibit. They're demonstration models, in a sense, of scientific ideas being developed now. Stroll down our avenue of progress and see this kind of product on display. And also the exciting array of new products in our product plaza. At the fair, see General Motors Futurama first. Take the trip that's worth the trip to the fair. It's free.
Every spaceman knows you just gotta have Hostess Twinkies along. Even space girls know it. You get a big delight in every bite. Delicious Hostess cream-filled Twinkies taste out of this world. With luscious, creamy white filling inside, soft golden sponge cake outside. You get a big delight in every bite. Yep, smart spacemen always have plenty of good tasting Twinkies along. Wherever they go. Hostess Twinkies.
Sightseeing tour on the moon. We at the Bendix Corporation believe it will happen, and before too many tomorrows go by. Already our astronauts whirl through space nearly 200 miles high. Next thing you know, an unmanned vehicle will roll the moon's surface. Then a manned vehicle will explore it in detail. After that, you'll be there, if you want to be. The Tomorrow people at Bendix are helping to make these things possible, and more in the areas of national defense, aviation, space, oceanics, automotive, and manufacturing. To search, to discover, to develop, to broaden man's knowledge of the world he lives in and the universe around him. To make reality of imagination. This is Bendix, the Tomorrow people.
Pancho era feliz, hasta que la persistente tos del resfriado arruinó su sueño. Entonces probó jarabe para la tos Big Fórmula 44, con Silentium, el silenciador de la tos. Silentium llega rápidamente a un lugar del cerebro llamado el centro regulador de la tos, donde se controla la tos. Calma el centro, alivia la tos y así le permite dormir. Ahora Pancho es feliz. Calma la persistente tos del resfriado con Fórmula 44. Vic Fórmula 44 con Silentium.
Today we are witness to the dawn of a new communications era, brought upon us by satellites, lasers, fiber optics, microprocessors, and magnetic bubbles for the transfer of information, ideas, knowledge.
Automobiles approaching snowflake specimen. All phases stand by to verify resolving power.
Phase blue. Light wavelength approximately 0.5 thousand millimeters. Definition excellent.
Phase green. Resolving power decreasing.
Phase green, increase U angle. Verify.
Phase green. U angle increased to 14 degrees 29 minutes. Automobile definition excellent.
All phases hold U angle until forward units reach crystalline stage of snowflake.
Your attention, please. This is the tracking procedure of an adventure through inner space. Adventurous men of science who have made this journey before you are carefully plotting every phase of this incredible journey as you shrink beyond the smallness of an atom, the smallest building block of matter. We wish you an enlightening experience, for though your body will shrink, your mind will expand.
All phases lower resolvable separation as automobiles proceed through crystalline stage. Compensate shrinking factor.
Phase yellow. U angle increased to 85 degrees. Approaching practical limit.
Phase yellow. Hold at 90 degrees and stand by to convert to immersion fluid.
You are about to begin your adventure through inner space. We hope this remarkable journey will bring you closer to the adventures experienced daily by men of science. Men of vision who make similar treks in a never-ending search for new ways to manipulate molecules for your comfort and convenience. This journey which you are about to take is but one of many such marvelous adventures through inner space.
Forward units proceeding beyond limits of optical magnification. All phases activate DLX system. Verify voltage compensators.
Phase blue. DLX system go. Focusing on H2O molecules. Advanced automobiles obscured.
All primary phases pinpoint CC factor of condenser coil. Verify triangulation.
Phase blue. CC factor rectified. Advanced automobiles coming into focus.
All phases lock on present CC factor and hold until all automobiles pass beyond DLX range.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this adventure through inner space, you will see that the crystal is a basic form of solid matter. You will see that crystals are made of millions of molecules, that molecules are composed of one or more atoms, and that atoms consist of a nucleus and many electrons that surround it. Here you will see just two of more than 100 known atoms that scientists are constantly rearranging into molecules to further what nature began.
All phases initiate the MS precision converters and adjust to the minus 20 million.
Phase yellow. Phase yellow reporting forward units on collision course with H2O molecule.
Increase precision focus to the minus 1 billion.
Phase orange. Forward units obscured. Cannot locate automobiles.
All phases increase focus to the minus 5 billion. Proceed with precision scan procedure.
Phase orange. Oxygen atoms in sharp focus. Still no evidence of automobiles.
Critical phases continue precision scan procedure.
Your ultimate goal on this adventure through inner space will be the very hub of this microcosmic solar system, the atomic nucleus. Its capabilities are almost unimaginable. It is 1,000,000 times smaller than the atom, and yet it contains 99% of the atom's weight. The density of the nucleus is such that if we had 1 cubic centimeter, half a teaspoon, it would weigh 100 million tons. We hope this adventure will stimulate your interest to probe further into the mysteries of inner space. For everything we use in our daily lives depends on the universe of the molecule.
Phase orange experiencing chromatic aberrations. Request permission to increase object space index.
Phase orange, permission granted. Make adjustments and verify.
Phase orange, immersion fluid added. Objective positive. Automobiles observed approaching crystal labyrinth.
Phase red reporting forward units drifting into molecular stage. NA factor approaching 1.40.
Phase red, hold at NA 1.60. Attention all phases. Automobiles proceeding beyond limits of normal optical magnification. Stand by to convert to DLX system when forward units enter molecular stage.
Manned flights to Mars and beyond, the glamorous probing of outer space, may one day benefit all mankind. But it is today's dedicated probing of inner space that will make it possible. It is man's probing into the realm of the atom and the molecule that has developed the sophisticated materials that will enable our astronauts to survive the rigors of outer space. Forward units approaching crystalline stage. Primary phases stand by to verify automatic tracking signals.
Phase blue. Phase blue. Oculoscope scanning. Signal modulation positive. Phase green. Phase green. Oculoscope fading. Signal modulation variable.
For centuries, man had but his own two eyes to explore the wonders of his world. Then he invented the microscope, a mighty eye, and discovered the fantastic universe beyond the limits of his own meager sight. Now your adventure through inner space has begun. Through the mighty microscope, you will travel into the incredible universe found within a tiny fragment of a snowflake. I am the first person to make this fabulous journey. Suspended in the timelessness of inner space are the thought waves of my first impressions. They will be our only source of contact once you have passed beyond the limits of normal.
Magnification. 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 Magnification.
Stand by for surprises. Here in the Science Pavilion are dazzling demonstrations of what tomorrow's science holds in store. The dramatic facts about coming breakthroughs in space exploration, custom-made weather, and man's triumph over disease. Here's a world where tomorrow's science takes on spectacular reality. Come with us into the great Boeing Space-Arium, where you'll thrill to a simulated flight through outer space. See Mars, Jupiter, and Venus flash by in glowing color. Travel through amazing three-dimensional galaxies. Our first stop, the gateway to heaven that spins you skyward on the great space wheel. The fabulous Gateway, where you guide your own rocket and taxi to tomorrow. Next stop, Science Unlimited. Under the soaring arches are the 5 fascinating areas of the World of Science Pavilion, where you see incredible scientific wonders and roam the galaxies in a realistic recreation of rocket flight.
countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, X minus 1, fire.
From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents X minus 1. Tonight, Appointment in Tomorrow by Fritz Leiber.
The first angry rays of the sun, which surprisingly enough still rose in the east at 24-hour intervals, pierced the lacy tops of Atlantic combers and touched thousands of sleeping Americans with unconscious fear because of the unpleasant similarity to the ray from World War III's thermonuclear weapon. This was America approaching the end of the 20th century. America of the mask fad for women and the Neo-Cretan dress styles. America of your local radiation hospital, of the endless war and the loyalty detector. In his bedroom in the Thinkers Foundation, George Helmut slept.
To the nucleus, adding a quantum equal to the resultant of G sub 1 prime. Repeating.
His educational sandman purred learnedly in his ear, droning tensor calculus through the night, filling the hours that used to hold man's formless fears and floating anxieties with the rigid form and anchored shapes of mathematics. Precisely at 8, the sidereal alarm went off.
Ooh, head. Oh, shower. 96.8, commence.
Under the soothing spray of the body temperature robo-shower, Helmut took a deep breath and cast his mind to the limits of the world and his knowledge. It was a somewhat shadowy vision, but he noted with impartial approval, definitely less shadowy than yesterday morning.
Off. Dry blast, commence.
Employing a rapid mental scanning technique, he cleared his memory chains of false associations, including those acquired while asleep. He felt a snap of clearing non-thalamic reasoning returning as the brain surged into clear, sharp control.
Off. Moving. Color key 705.
He stepped into his clothing, the severe tunic, tights, and moccasins of the modern businessman. He smiled. The next big move had come to him in his sleep, as many of his best decisions did, because he utilized the time-saving technique of somno thought, which could function at the same time as somno learning.
Attention, robo-locator. Category, rocket physicist. Classification, genius level. Time limit for search, 20 minutes. Commence. Take dictation. Dear fellow scientists, project is contemplated that will have a crucial bearing on man's future in deep space. Ample non-military government funds are available. There was a time when professional men scoffed at the Thinkers Foundation. Then there was a time when the thinkers perforce neglected the professional men. Now both times are past. I would like to consult you this afternoon, 3 o'clock sharp, Thinkers Foundation, signed George Helmut. End of dictation.
The president is waiting to see Maisie, sir. He has the general staff with him.
March and peace to him. Tell him I'll be down in a few minutes.
materials. Don't...
United Nations.
Wheaties presents Dimension X, Adventures in Time and Space, transcribed in future Dimension X. On stage tonight, Dimension X, another in the Wheaties big parade of exciting half-hour presentations. Say, tomorrow's Saturday, you know, and maybe you don't have to show up for work. A whole swell summer day for just what you want to do. So start off with a big holiday bowl of Wheaties at breakfast and just see how it sparks up the morning. Wheaties are whole wheat, you know, and I don't have to tell you what good, sturdy nourishment that is. So if you got fish to catch or golf to play or maybe a hike to take, just see how Wheaties can make it all a lot more fun. You know why? Why, lady, mister, it's just because you feel good when you've had your Wheaties. Those two-fisted little whole wheat flakes are loaded with vitamins and minerals. And so are you when you've had your Wheaties. Go on, try them. Just you see how Wheaties at 7 can help at 11.
When the first space rocket lands on Mars, what will we find? Will we be welcomed with open arms, or will the Martians treat us as invaders? Only one thing is certain. Someday a giant metal ship will take off from Earth to travel through the black velocities of the silent gulfs of space, to descend at last into the darkness of the upper Martian atmospheres. And on that day, man will finally know the answers. The day we first land on Mars.
Now hear this. Approaching critical deceleration. Fasten gravity suits. Stand by to land.
Lustig, what do you make of the terrain?
There seems to be a heavy ground, Miss Captain. We won't be able to use our infrared lights.
You'll have to come in on radar.
Isn't that a little risky, sir, landing in the dark?
I'd rather run the danger of a blind landing, Lieutenant, than come in without the cover of darkness. Remember, we don't know what kind of reception is waiting for us down there.
Airspeed 500. Altitude now 4,000.
Bridge to engine room. Stand by for deceleration.
Engine room, aye.
Fire forward tubes 1 and 3.
Aye.
Skids down.
Skid check. Altitude 500. 4. 350. 3.
Up a point now. All right. Let's set her down. Look out! Cut the power. Masters pipe battle station.
Aye, sir.
Off the cue, sir. Well, we're on Mars. April 20th, 1987. 4:33, Greenwich time. Enter that in the log, Masters.
Aye, sir.
Well, gentlemen, it's less than 2 hours till dawn. As soon as it's light, we'll send out a landing party. Masters, get me an all-over hookup.
All set, Captain.
Now hear this. Now hear this. All right, men. The smoking lamp is lit. We're 17 men on an alien world. It's up to us whether we ever get home again. Next few hours should tell the story, and I want instant obedience to all commands. I'll court-martial the first man who doesn't jump to when he's ordered. And one other thing. We may be on Mars, but this is still a United States naval vessel. Officers will conduct a personal and weapons inspection in 1 hour. That's all.
Inspection, Captain. Now?
Mr. Lustig, we've got an hour and a half to sweat out before we find out what's outside that airlock. I'd rather have a man worried about his stripes, about what's waiting outside on Mars.
stop. Enhance 15 to 23.
The first spark plug that cleans itself while you drive. Pow! And it's autoline, autoline, autoline.
Your hard copy, right?
Do these plugs clean themselves? Pow! The firing tip is longer than usual. Extends much longer. Permanent lead deposits that collect on just plain plugs are burned away by the flame. Pow! With Autolite, you save money. Jingle, 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 jingle. With Autolite, you save mileage. Go, 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 go. With Autolite, you save power. Zoom, 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 zoom. No matter how many you need in your car. 4 or 6 or 8. No matter how you drive or how far. Autolite spark plugs are great. Get Autolite for your automobile. The spark plug that cleans itself while you drive.